baseball fans have always looked forward to October, always looked forward to the playoffs, but this year things are looking a little different. Major League Baseball has implemented for this season a 3-game wild card play-in for all the teams that made the playoffs. In a game where tradition rules over everything, changes like this can be seen as either refreshing or blasphemous. James, where do you sit?
I definitely love it. I mean, I'm loving that we're getting more playoff baseball. I think that's just a great thing all in all. But also, with teams working for 162 games to kind of just like fight for that, chance to get into the playoffs, a chance to make some noise, I think it's so much more to be like, you get 3 games to play than just like 1 game, which can kind of just be a fluke sometimes.
I was a big fan of the wild card game when they made it a couple of years ago, that the 2 teams play the 1 playing game. Mm-hmm. Playoff baseball, elimination games are so fun to watch. And so the best of 3 series, just having all the games go every day, it was super entertaining. Like every team is like fighting for their life right away. Like every game is important. I just like a 3-game playoff series. I haven't really seen that much.
No, yeah, they took notes from college baseball, I think, and saw that like when either team wins that first game, all of a sudden in game 2, so much weight, so much on the line that you're getting this like playoff, this is hard intensity, literally just so much quicker than in a 5-game or 7-game series. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. I think that for teams that maybe are the 1 or 2 seed, you kind of lose there because I don't know how much your advantage is, but I still think it's a great thing for baseball as a whole. I think if you're an ace, maybe you don't get to show out in that one wild card game when it's balls to the wall on the line. But as a fan, you cannot be any happier. This has just been a great time.
The 1 of the 2 seeds is the only thing that I'm hung up on. I'm gonna take an analysis from my good friend Christian Jones. There shouldn't be 16 teams. The 1 seed, the Dodgers, shouldn't have had to play the Brewers for a playing game. They were the best team in the league by far. Yeah. They shouldn't be subjected to that. I think that they should go down to 14 teams with the 1 seeds having a bye, or go even down to 12 teams with the 1 and 2 seeds having a bye. I just think that there has to be something for you to try and earn over the regular season. Like you get the 1 seed, you don't have to play the playing games. But I think that in the same sense, the more teams that are eligible to make the playoffs will just make baseball better. If you're a baseball fan, your team's in 3rd place with your 90 games in, and there's a lot of games left, but you're starting to realize you're not going to win the division, you don't really have a chance. Like, you're hoping for the wild card spot, but if half the teams in the league are making the playoffs, then half of baseball fans are engaged throughout the whole season.
This is why the NBA playoffs are great, because if you're a Hornets fan, you're just like, can't wait for that 8th seed where it can give the LeBron Cavs a good sweep. But still, I joke, but it's still like you get a shot, and I think that's what keeps people engaged. I think the playoffs they're already kind of long. I think things with baseball are already kind of long. So maybe you have to compensate by making, some of these planned 7-game series, like a 5-game series. But other than that, no complaints.
Yeah, and I think that, I hate that it's the Astros that had to be the one to do this, but the Astros were a 6 seed that beat a 3 seed. The 6 seed wouldn't have even been in the playoffs another year. So I think that it's good for baseball that, you can have that upset. Like the 3 seed isn't guaranteed a spot. And I thought that it was cool to see a team sneak into the playoffs that way. At least have one upset. And beyond that, the 4 and the 5 matchup was like both sides of the league, where it was the Yankees and Indians, and it was the Padres and the Cardinals.
So good.
A battle. Those are awesome playoff series between just very competitive teams. I just think that giving us this high entertainment playoff baseball right away, I was a huge fan.
Yeah, no, I think it's I'm getting NBA vibes. I think that's like when I was watching some of the wild card games yesterday, whether it be that back and forth Padres Cardinals game 2, game 2. It was I'm just getting this back and forth, this equal teams. It's like those 4 or 5 games in the NBA where you're like in the first round, what are we looking forward to? Looking forward to the 1-8 sweep? No, we're looking forward to these teams, and what creates intrigue. It's parity. It's the ability to say that anything could happen at any given moment, and I think that's what we're getting right now.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is that it was a little weird to watch someone playing an elimination game in an empty stadium at noon on a Wednesday. So once there's fans back, I think that this will be an awesome round of baseball. And I think that, I don't want to jinx anything, I really don't, but we're moving into the bubble soon for these playoffs, and we've gotten through this hectic season. We're almost at the finish line of being able to say that we did it. We played the season. These changes, I think they're working, and I'm glad to be along for the ride, even if the Red Sox aren't there.
No.